Mir reaches out towards this holocron, and as he grabs it and forces it to stop, everything goes black. And he sees a grassy planet. He is zooming across fields as fast as if he was piloting a ship. Sees these hills and spires in the distance, and closing in on them, moves underneath the earth and sees another pyramid there, lying dormant, quiet. He flashes back here. He sees this pyramid, active, moving, being used, but not in the way that it was supposed to be used. And that's going to have consequences. He flashes again. He sees and feels at the same time this ghostly presence, this dark presence, almost made of fire and smoke. And this black smoke coalesces to form the face of this almost skull-like mask with dark sunken eyes and protruding cheekbones and a toothy breath mask on its face, wearing a helmet. And you hear, "Someday you will be mine." And I think that vision is slashed with what seems like a red lightsaber. A person walking through the flames wearing a similar mask and helmet and black shining armor over a gray suit. You see the lightsaber in their hand, red and double-bladed, spin, slash through your vision, and you are back where you were. No time has passed.
All I can think of what Mir would reply is, "I don't even know you."
I'll flip a dark side point. Close by, Anames is with Blue, and Blue says, "I kind of wish we didn't have to stay for the whole thing now, but my brother Eddie's up next. You should meet him."
Okay.
Mir is within earshot.
Mir, at even the slightest of mention of Addie, snaps to his attention, and he looks to the lineup of people.
Going down the stairs is a boy, maybe 18, 19. He's got blonde hair. He's probably like 3/4 turned from you. You can not really see his face, but he begins to walk down the stairs.
Eddie can't be a part of this. He's a good kid. He was going to make it out. He was going to be an artist, not a slave to some cultist. Of course, then his mother is, I guess, a cultist, which of the Dims, so it makes sense that she would. And I don't like this, Mark. How dare you?
Hey, it's Mir.
Hey, it's Mir, and that's like the only other person around that one of the only couple people that he really cares about. Well done. So he then is mortified to think that this poor kid's about to have dealings with some weird, for lack of a better term, force ghost who's imbuing Kyber into spirits into people. Has he fully deduced that?
Maybe. He did get the idea that whatever this pyramid is for, it is being used incorrectly.
Yeah. Could he deduce what it is meant for?
Not for two advantages, no.
What Mir wants is to grab Addie and force pull him out of there to safety.
Is that really what you're going to do?
Easy enough. You could just take the holocron and run, but they're just going to,
Although, is it, with the holocron having stopped and slid down, is it still working the same way, Mark?
According to Mir, no, because that was the goal.
Okay, so he needs confirmation that it is in fact Addie, right? No, he doesn't, because he knows who Addie is. There's not very many, and it's... Yeah.
I mean, he would probably recognize Rent the Gregor.
Most definitely.
While Mirror is having this dilemma, what are Anames and Blue doing?
Well, Anames is definitely aware that somebody is around messing with something. In fact, she thought the crack was that presence doing something. Which was why she didn't say anything. She's definitely planning to stay and meet Addie. If for no other reason, then there's definitely going to be some people with force powers now that have no idea what they're doing. They're going to need a teacher, and they're going to need a teacher that's not teaching them how to use the dark side. And she might be one of the only people that can do that.
She might be. Certainly, Mirror is not one to teach how to use the light side.
And probably would probably be more interested in doing some damage than teaching anyone anything right now, from the sounds of it. And she doesn't have the feeling that Blue, at least, and probably not Addie from the way they're talking about Addie, she doesn't get the feeling that either of them are malicious, have a particular goal of doing harm. So she's hoping maybe she can, if she sticks around at least a little bit longer, she can, steer this boat another direction.
Okay.
So she's waiting and watching. She knows something's going on. She doesn't know exactly what. She's trying to make sure that whatever it is, neither Blue nor Addie get hurt.
Okay.
And just watching.
Addie continues down the stairs.
Mir has to at least give the warning that they're misusing this machine and not how it's supposed to be used, and that they're using some force that is going to consume them, but they already know that, in theory. Well, they're using Kyber.
Do you know that?
To give power, so it's one for another. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's an imbue item, basically. Mir can do that. Yeah. Mir can do that.
Yep.
And then the pyramid connection said that, someday you will be mine, which, whether that's talking to Mir or all of them, it's another thing. Mir is so indecisive.
Mir's very indecisive right now. A lot is going through Mir's crystalline mind.
And Anames has no access to any of it, so she can't.
I think the only thing he's going to depower it. He's going to have to pull the Kyber crystals. Can you pull them as a mass?
I need 3 checks.
Okay.
One of them has to be a stealth.
Uh-huh.
First one's average. Second one's this is harder. First one's average. Second one's hard.
All stealth
Third
checks?
one's daunting. No, one of them has to be a stealth.
Okay. So the first one will be. I'll start off with the stealth. Purple.
You need a total of 2 successful checks to do exactly as you intend to do.
Well, there goes one. So that was the stealth.
So that was your stealth.
That'll go towards
one advantage.
the next one.
So what do you do? How do you start this?
He starts by rolling up closer, obviously breaking stealth so he can get the best view of it. And I think he starts with his 2 hands, little manipulator arms, rumbling and grabbing and probably getting, robes stuck in a tread, pardon me.
Blue says, did somebody bring their droid? There weren't supposed to be any droids here.
Yeah. Mirror, as he rolls by, he goes, no, there's not supposed to be, nor are you supposed to be using a pyramid in this way either, nor are you supposed to be using Kyber in this way to gain power like this. You're just sucking life force, imbuing yourself with power. That's not smart.
What? Whose droid is this? I think they need to be wiped.
Good luck with that, kid. All right. I think the next one will be, I want to do a discipline check to call on the force, to formulate the will, and to not be distracted, which I think is the hardest thing for Mir that possibly could be.
Overcome all those distractions.
Mm-hmm.
Put the dark side behind you, maybe.
Well, I think his motivation is freedom right now, right? He wants that. He doesn't want vengeance yet as much as he wants to free these things, to free Addie. rebellion and revenge are a little bit different,
Uh-huh.
and I think that's where he's at.
Only a little?
Well, only a little.
As this rogue droid, an R3 with little pit droid arms attached to it, rolls by Anames. And Blue quietly calls out if anybody lost a droid. What does Anames do, if anything?
She's watching right now.
Uh-huh.
Basically preparing to move and spring into action if she needs to.
Okay. Most of the other people are distracted. Let's get your second roll.
I'm going to take that advantage for this one, and I think Snidely, right before he starts getting into it, his head will swivel over to the area where Real's crystal is and says, "You better pay attention. You're coming too."
As she looks at him and goes, "You are not taking my lightsaber."
You say that out loud?
Yes. Because I'm assuming he said that out loud.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so she replies out loud.
Okay.
Can I get a boost because I've been in tune with these crystals several times? Yeah.
Yes, you can.
I think I'd like to flip.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's not a very... Okay, here we go. Come on.
Well, that's not a success.
No, that's a triumph, though.
Yeah, there's a triumph
advantage.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
So that was a discipline check.
Yeah.
To get yourself on track, to follow through with your plan and do it to the best of your ability.
Mm-hmm. Which didn't work. I think it might have been the fact that she said, "You're not taking my lightsaber."
Yeah, that might have been it.
Which, as we all know through mirrors, that, the Jedi have been less than ideal. And we all know that only Jedi have lightsabers.
Yeah.
Do we?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, in Mir's world.
Yeah.
Well.
You just had that vision.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to say, that just came back. Yeah. There was that.
But what was that if not a Jedi?
Yeah. It's just a Jedi with they have multicolors.
Colors lightsaber. So you've got a triumph and an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Aname says, "You're not taking my lightsaber." And Ozum's head turns in her direction, and he begins to walk towards Anames and Blue.
Yeah, the R3 unit turns its dome shaped up to you and also and goes, "Oh no." Okay. Well, I said what I said, so it doesn't want to come with me anyways, but it's not going to stop me from trying.
Ozum approaches and says, "Blue, who is this?" "This is Anames. I thought it would be fun for her to come tonight." And Ozum looks under your hood. Huh.
She lifts the hood back. "Hi, Ozum."
"Sidine,
It's me.
you're not welcome here."
And why not? I was invited.
"I invited her." Ozum looks up, annoyed, trying to think of the right words. Kind of shakes his head. "You've been a guest to us before, and you've betrayed us."
No, I never betrayed you, Ozum. I've never wanted to harm you.
I can't actually prove this, but I know you stole from us.
I have only ever done what I had to do to protect people like you. You and I both know that there are people that fall through the cracks. And you and I both know that some of those people have gone missing.
Well, that's not going to happen anymore.
And you and I both know that some of the people you have spent time with have been dying.
Yeah, those two things are connected,
That's what I'm afraid
People
of.
aren't going to go missing anymore because some people are dying.
I see. I was
You need to
afraid
leave.
there were other things happening. That is heartening.
Oh, things are happening. Things you have no idea about. And things you'll never know about. Because like I said, you're not welcome here. I can get others to escort you out if that's what we need. Or I can do it myself.
I will stay as long as Blue wants me here.
Chances are that he'll invite you to a theater with your closest friend and then attack you relentlessly. What? Did you build something for them once? And then betray you? Seems like it's a dim thing to do, to have someone build something and then strip everything from them.
Ozum slowly looks towards the droid. What are you talking about?
Wonder if you might know where my brother is. Tall, handsome droid with a bit of Kyber or crystal at his heart. That might have been before you. You look a little young. No matter. It might be time for us to leave regardless. All of us.
What do you want to do with your triumph?
I got a triumph on discipline.
Yeah. And an advantage.
I don't want to just use it for an upgrade. I want something.
Oh, that's boring.
I know.
Okay.
So let's go with, how old's Ozum?
Ozum's he's probably in his late 30s.
Was Ozum around when Mir and Danto were around?
He would have been around.
Could it be that meant something, that you build it and they betray you, they build it, they betray you? What did he build and they're going to betray him?
Oh, you're trying to convert Ozum?
I wasn't thinking it, but then I'm thinking it.
For one triumph? No.
No, not for a triumph.
Not after he is pretty darn sure that Anames stole Selyar Sanlev's Kyber crystal from the statue and also his fancy sword.
She didn't take that!
Well,
Somebody had to.
he thinks
I forgot about those. Yeah. A triumph to reveal what happened to Danto?
I was there that night. I remember you. I remember your brother. We thought you were done for. We tracked your brother all the way to the Outer Rim. He disappeared. Somewhere in the Rybalo sector. He's probably dead now. And if you don't get out of here, if you don't leave the Dims to their business, well, we're going to have to make you leave. I'm sorry, Blue, but your guest has to go. I would like a perception or vigilance check from Anames.
Perception and vigilance, or perception or?
Or hard.
Trying to think how I can argue for a boost. And do I want to flip?
Oh yes, you want to flip.
Is this important?
Don't forget you have a reroll.
And you have reroll, yeah.
True. Can I get a boost because I am familiar with Ozum? I have watched him before. I have spoken with him before.
Yes. Okay. 0 successes and 1 threat.
Horrible.
Why now, dice?
Give me that same check, Mir. It's hard.
Okay.
It's 3 purples.
A perception check. Can I get a boost because I don't trust the Dims and know that they are notorious for backstabbing?
No, but you can have a boost for your eye level.
There's
1 advantage. All right, you don't really notice anything in particular about this guy. Do you have an idea for your advantage? Something you do want to notice?
I do want to notice. I want to notice if is there any change to the pyramid or the hum of the crystals, I should say.
Oh, there absolutely is. I'm going to go ahead and let you spend that advantage elsewhere because I'm going to flip a dark side point to tell you how this machine sounds. Addie Gregor is now fully down the stairs. Ozum is getting threatening, and he is in between you and the rest of the Dims. As Addie's blonde head disappears out of sight, Mir feels the vibrations before he hears the sound of almost grinding from inside this thing. Something is not going right, or something might be going exactly how it's supposed to go.
Can Anames hear it as well?
Yeah, the whole thing begins to almost rumble, and you can you notice as as some rocks clatter from the ceiling down onto the smooth black surface of this pyramid. And the dims in line begin to look nervous and unsteady, and as if they might book it if things escalate.
I look at Blue and say, we need to get your brother out of there. I don't think this is safe anymore.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You two need to leave now.
Wait.
Ozem
We need
widens
to
his
get
stance.
Addy out of there. I think he's in
Anames,
danger.
You notice Ozem's stance looks almost familiar as he puts one hand on the hilt of a small knife on his hip and one hand out in front of you, almost Terraskasi.
I pull both lightsabers out.
Do you ignite them?
Yes. And I yell at Mir, get Addy out of there before this comes down. Something's wrong.
He draws this, what looked like a blade from his hip, flicks a button on its side, and the blade ignites backhanded.
And I glance at Blue and say, I'm sorry Addy couldn't get it too, but I want to keep him alive for you.
You hear the sounds of the dims shouting, "Oh, that's a Jedi! Get out of here!"
No, I'm not a Jedi. But if anyone who keeps going in there, there's something wrong. If you keep going, you're probably going to die. And I don't want you dead. I am tired of people dying.
I need initiative.
I'm assuming that would be cool
Yeah.
for me.
Well done, Ozem.
Here you go. Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Blue counts as a PC. So PC, PC, NPC, NPC, PC.
Dang, Blue.
You roll enough threats, more dims are going to join this fight.
Oh, boy.
The ground rumbles. People begin looking around as this entire pyramid shudders. And you see one of the dims slips on the shining black surface of the pyramid, and the white geometric shapes on the surface begin to glow brighter, and red spreads from the center of it outwards.
Hey, you get Addy out of there.
I'm on it, not a Jedi. I'm going to, well, I guess, move out of range of this guy and propel myself down the stairs.
You could get to Addy if you use your entire turn to move.
Or I could pull Addy to me
You can pull Silhouette 1?
with ease. I could pull Silhouette 2 for medium range.
Okay.
I could pull things from moorings. That's one of the things that Mir's actually good at, is fixing things, computers, and move.
All right. So you move closer, rolling across this surface, the stones falling from the ceiling, hitting your transparent steel dome, bouncing off, and you get closer to Addy. Let's get that roll.
Move to dark side.
Is that enough to do it?
Oh,
Or are
yeah.
you going to use them? Oh yeah, on both accounts?
Oh yeah. That was pulling out move. Yeah, it's enough to grab him, pull him. It would be.
And you're going to?
Yes. He, I don't know if drawing from the fear of losing someone that he cares for again, letting the fear grip him, he grips Addy and yards him out.
Okay. I think as you do that, I'm going to flip a dark side point, because as you do that, your concentration moves from holding the holocron to holding Addy.
Yeah.
And as you let go of the holocron, it moves back into the space that it is supposed to occupy, floating up, and the electricity from it explodes outward. And you see it connect with one of the dims and send them flying backwards. And it spreads out across the floor. And the surface of this pyramid almost begins to tilt a little bit. And you grab Addie and yank him out of that space that he was in. He slides across the floor towards you.
Did you ever finish that journal that I gave you?
Slides and comes to a stop right in front of you, and he looks bewildered. No, what? What just happened? It was my time.
Not this way. You don't want to do it like this. You're just going to consume life, and once it starts, you don't know where it's going to stop.
And is it Aname's turn?
I guess. I think she's going to roll move I'm going to roll move for her as well. Because she's not moving to attack. She just is trying to get people to safety. And
You realize that Ozum's standing in front of you with a lightsaber.
I thought you said it was a knife.
Oh, it was disguised as a knife.
Oh.
But no, he stands...
Yeah, she's not going to make the first attack.
He stands in a stance you are familiar with, holding a green-bladed lightsaber.
What color are Aname's lightsabers?
I'm trying to remember. I remember one was purple, or like a lavender. And did I say what the other one was?
Probably blue.
I think, yeah, one was blue and one was lavender.
Okay.
So Anames is going to move some people across the...
Or try. She only got one light side pip. So she's basically kind of grabbing at only able to grab at their clothes and kind of tug them in the direction of safety.
Yeah, you see people's cloaks
yelling,
billow out behind them.
Yeah, yelling, "Get off! This is dangerous. Get to safety."
And Ozum says, "Oh no, we're going to complete what we started here, whether you like it or not."
That's not the problem, Ozum. I don't want you to die.
That's not going to happen. We know what we're doing.
Really? So you knew this place was going to fall apart?
It was a possibility.
So you knew that this was going to kill you?
Who's dead?
Who's about to die? Don't you see? There has to be a better way.
No, there is no other way. The other way wasn't getting results.
Is it really worth so many people dying?
Who's dying?
The crystals. The Kyber. You're destroying the Kyber.
These
pyramid.
Aren't people, they're stones. You know as well as I do.
They have a life force of themselves. They have memories. They have emotions.
They're just rocks.
No, they're not, Ozum. They may not be alive the same way you and I are, but they're not dead either. If they were, we wouldn't be able to make lightsabers. We wouldn't be able to make holocrons. How do you think they hold memories? How do you think they hold echoes of entire beings?
How do you think my brother lived, loved, and feared?
He points his lightsaber in your direction. You're different.
Oh, I am. I'm very different. I'll remember your death. I'll remember you as you say no one is dying, when in fact, more than likely, this will be your last. For all that you've done and all that you're doing, the reckoning is coming.
It's not even about that. Even beyond the Kyber, you really think everyone here is going to survive this process? With the pyramid and the chamber collapsing like this? You think it's not that the pyramid itself will not kill you?
Why would it?
The earliest might survive, but only a few. I have lived through too much death to watch this, to watch you all die. I can't let this happen again. I couldn't stop it last time, but I can stop this. I can't let you die too.
With lightsabers lit, the dims come to back up Ozum. 3 people. They unsheath their little knives and stand behind him. You can let us do what we want to do. Or you can die.
Maybe that's better than watching.
No, it's not.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Coruscant Nights. Thank you to AJ and Rill for playing. You can find AJ's art on Instagram at AJ_Kimball. And you can find all of us on the Nightcast Discord, a friendly community of Star Wars fans and gamers.